Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of King of Sahara 2. This is your boy, the man, the one and only Kron. Just kidding. And with me today is a very special guest. It is also the one, the only, Roachy. So I'd like you to anyone who doesn't know Roachy, I'd like to introduce you all to Roachy. Roachy, how you going today?
G'day, Kron. How you going?
I'm going very well, thank you. It's nice to have a fellow Australian on to cast this Rise of Nations game. Who would have thought there'd be more than one person in the country of Australia that would play Ron? But no, it's very nice to have you on. Can you just quickly give us a quick rundown of your background with Rise of Nations before we get into this exciting game?
Yeah, Kron. I'm from Sydney, Australia. I've been playing since 2005, back in GameSpy. Had a few off and on periods. I play a lot with Mr. Whippy. We've probably played 2,000 games together. He's in Melbourne. And I've sort of eased up in the last few years. Work's been a bit busy. I started my own business, but I still love to play. And I came back, made a bit of a comeback in November, and just recently and played in one of the standard games, which was a bit disappointing. That was the game Oleg threw. And look, I really love Rise of Nations. I'm a standard player, obviously. I love to raid. I love Despot. But look, and this is my first time I've been casting, and I haven't got a camera here, just a headset. So yeah, really looking forward to this. I actually think this should have been the grand final. I was just saying to you earlier. You look at the teams, and I was so glad that Puck Bunnies, the team I was in, was not in that half of the competition. So one of them would have to be eliminated. I was eyeing off if we could have beat Red Bull and whatever else. We could have beat Rustaveld players.
Yeah.
Team. I was eyeing that off. I thought, gee, we're a chance here, but wasn't to be.
I was going to say, I think you're probably not wrong there in saying that this match, the way this bracket worked out with this semi-final, I do feel like EL and SPQR, this could very well be the grand final. These are two extremely good teams, and I mean, it's such an interesting matchup too because you've got, you've got EL, who are without a doubt, the most famous brand name in the history of Rise of Nations. Like, there I said it, completely across the world. If you think of iconic brands when it comes to Rise of Nations, you think EL, because that is the clan name that's synonymous with victory. They dominated in the first King of Sahara as well. Mind you, that was a 2v2. This is a different kettle of fish. It's a 3v3, so it's a little bit of a different setup here. But, what do you think of when you think of EL? Roachy, are you there?
Sorry, say again. You just dropped out for a minute. Say one second. Again.
I was just going to say, what comes to mind when I say the words EL? What do you think of?
Fear. Over the last 15 years of playing Ron, generally an EL player, I think this isn't going to be a pleasant game.
Yeah, exactly right. I just think of the word that comes to mind is winning. They just find a way to win somehow, like every single game. So, yeah, that's probably the one thing there. And then you've got SPQR. So on the other side, this is kind of like the new school clan. And I mean, obviously, it goes without saying that Jatton, has played a huge part in building up the community and with the channel of Rise of Patience. But I mean, if you look at them just as players and you take that away for a moment, you've got Jatton, excellent Rise of Nations player, particularly in Standard. You've got Momo, you've got Sermon, and then you've got Prolays. It's kind of like the streamer's iconic team here. So what do you think of SPQR's chances here up against EL?
Well, this is I was laying in bed last night when I said I was going to join you here for a few comments, thinking, and I thought, look, I just think EL. I can't see Dangerous Dave going down. But it's a 3v3, and Dante is not in the best of form. Played him a couple of weeks ago, rolled him, and I thought, he's pretty rusty. But then again, I just watched some of the replays and he held off Naoto, but I haven't played Naoto recently, so he's, maybe he's not in the best of form either. I've been playing the SPQR guys, man, they are solid. I think Jatton's the most exciting guy around in the run at the moment. And I've played Charlie Hebdo a few times. I rushed him like 6 times. He defeated my rushes. The last time I rushed him, I came in with 6 heavy infantry, a couple of horses. He had like 1 or 2 units, and he did me over. I mean, I just can't. He just said, I've got very good rush defense. I mean, he's got bloody good rush defense. I've done about 1,000 rushes. This could be the changing of the guard we might see tonight. That's all I can say. It's the old players. We've got who have we got here? We've got
So we've got Dave,
Dave won. Dave is the reigning champ, King of Sahara, so keep that in mind.
That is
and
true.
Boo was the runner-up in King of Sahara. This is the old champ defending his title, and the runner-up. They've teamed up, and we've got the new kids on the block here, SPQR, who are going to take them on. Look, and this morning I woke up and I thought, nah, I just think SPQR can win. I just think they've got the breadth here.
What?
I think they've got the breadth. They can take them down.
Hold on. Hold the phones. Everyone, Roachy's given his official prediction here. This is the changing of an era. This might be a turning of the guard. No one actually knows. We don't know, but we will soon find out. So, without further ado, can you give us a countdown, Roachy? And then let's get this first game started.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Alrighty. First match is on the one and only Great Sahara. That is the rules of this tournament. The first game is always on this map, and then the loser gets to pick the next map. So we may see something else, but this first one will be a classic matchup here, just as we'd like to see here between these two juggernaut teams here. Let's have a quick look at the nations. So we do have we have Mongols here down at the bottom here. That's ProLaser's team. We have Iroquois for Jatin, and we have Indians for Momo, aka Charlie Hebdo. What do you think of SPQR's nation picks here so far?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was just on the other side of the map. This is I'm a bit very bad. Let me jump back to the other team.
That's all right. So we have.
I was just on the other side of the map. I was just on the other side of the map. Now, obviously, okay, we've got
So we have.
We've got Jatin in the,
yeah,
we've got Jatin in the pocket there, which is maybe not the best thing for Lakota. He's on mill 1, so he's going to throw down a Rax. He's throwing down a Rax in the middle there. Obviously, going to get that second scout.
Oh, and
the other.
Yep. Sorry, you keep going.
And we've got Mongol on the wing there. So ProLaser's on the wing. Now I think ProLaser is probably more of a nomad player. So let's see how he plays Mongol. That's going to be interesting. But he is facing off against Boo. And as soon as you see Boo with French, you're thinking, okay, here comes a medieval attack with the militia thrown in, which he does very strongly with that big French attack. So can the Mongols slow down that French attack before it occurs? That's what I'm thinking here.
Yeah, 100%. I think that'll be a big talking point here. That matchup between Boo and ProLaser could well and truly be decisive. But I also think this early game drama here between Lakota and Iroquois, because if Jatin can catch this city out somehow, and I'm not sure if he's going to scout this or not, he does see the city, and he does have units on the way. So if he can somehow intercept this city from Lakota, that will set Dave back a massive, massive amount, because Lakota really needs to get that city down.
Yeah, he's pinged it. Jatin is getting heaps of rares here, so this bodes well. Lakota's getting a few, ruins rather, heaps of ruins, and Lakota's getting a few, but not enough.
I'm not sure if Jatin took enough urgency to get to that city. It looks like Dave's city will go up, and we're just looking at Dave's point of view here. You can see how fast these players are. The screen's moving around like it's a computer playing. This is crazy.
So Jatin has 600 ruins at 2 minutes. So I often look at a game in 2 minutes really sets the theme, because you want to gobble that food fast. Civ 1, Com 1.
Yep. Yeah, that's massive.
And Dave has 300. So look, Jatin has done really well here. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, definitely. That extra scout from Iroquois really paying off, and as well as the scouting units grabbing those ruins. That's really unusual for Lakota to not have this many ruins at this stage of the game. And also Jatin is making good work of his heavy infantry. He's raiding Boo as well, and he's also harassing Dave in the middle. Boo's already seeming to be a bit pessimistic about his chances. He's saying, going to be bad here. Iro, Ancient Raid, and Hmong Age 2. That's not a good mindset to be in, regardless of how bad it is. The fact that Boo's saying that probably doesn't bode well for the positive mindset you need to win against a team like SPQR.
He's gone for the super city in the middle, Dave, which is so Lakota.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I like to build that city nice and close to that wood line. I think that's one of the great strengths of Lakota on this map.
He's built up. He's got four villas built up here. Jatin's doing a great harass.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, Jatin has picked off Dave's barracks as it's going up. Oh, and look at this barracks. Dave is pulling more citizens to try and finish it. He knows he has to get this up. He's bringing 5 here. And I believe the maths of Ron will mean that this will eventually go up. It's just going to take its sweet time unless Jatton brings more units, which I don't think he has any on the way. So he will get this racks up, but massive amount of idle time there for those citizens. So, geez, this is a really strong opening here by Jatton playing as Iroquois. And I know it's one of his favourite nations, but he's really showing why right now.
Just checking the ruins. He's got 800 ruins, Jatton, and everyone else is around that 250, 300.
Yeah, and I mean he went mill 1, but at the same time, his eco's doing fine. He's at 100.
Now they got horse. Now does the other team know that Dave's got horse? Yeah, no, the other team scouted it. Jatton has scouted, so. Gee, they've got horse and salt. Dangerous Dave's got horse and salt. This could be a bloodbath.
Yeah, horse and salt, great offensive res for sure. And I mean, especially as Lakota, the ability to spam horses and get that food income up can't be understated. Sugar as well. So it looks like these guys, let's have a quick look at the res. They have bison behind, but that's not really protected. This Pappy is right in no man's land. But furs will certainly help, sugar will help, and like you said, furs, wool, and you said salt as well, right?
Yeah, they've got salt just down below Dave. They've got all mill rares here.
Yeah.
Wine and bears, they've got all mill. You think they've got to go really heavy mill here. What's happening? Oh, we've got Mongol raid coming in there.
And there's a lot of gold rares on the other side here. Oh, there is a Mongol raid. Look at Boo. Boo trying to take evasive action. I mean, Mongol's raiding. Yeah, he does have a tower up in it.
Yeah, he's got units. He's not panicking.
No, Boo will be fine. He'll be able to push this off, and I guess it is fairly predictable that when you're playing against Mongols, you will encounter some horse archers at some point. But some nice defense here. He's definitely not going to be caught off guard there, Boo, that is. And you can see that SPQR are now taking advantage of this diamonds behind. Really going to help boost their wealth income, especially at this early stage. They have plenty of wealth rares, including gems, if the other two players decide to take it.
They missed die in the corner. SPQR has missed die in the top corner. They haven't scouted it.
Yeah, very true.
Unlucky with the scouting.
Yeah, and that is a corner rare too, so I'm sure if they get enough time, they will think that there should be something there. And look at this. Some nice raiding here by Momo. 2 light horses. Something that we don't see all that often, but a very effective raid. Although you can see that Dante... Oh, sorry, you go
ahead. I was just saying, ProLaser's got a really nice tech tree here. He's got Civ 2, Com 2, Mill 2.
Yeah. Definitely, he's going for, looks like probably a big eco. Meanwhile, we can see that Boo is going for just a Civic 2. So, playing fairly standard and fairly conservative here. I think Dave is going to be the player who might make a splash with, depending on what build order he goes for. He's going for Mill 2. And, I mean, is he going to build anything behind here or not? So far, it doesn't look like that's in his plans. He's just planning to play a fairly standard, straight-up game.
Okay, Boo has no scholars. ProLaser has 7. Says it all. Boo here is, like I said, I reckon he's going to be doing his French medieval attack. His 10-minute. No doubt he'll research militia. Then he'll go all in.
Yeah. Wow. You heard it here, guys. No,
that's what I'm guessing is going to happen. It's just a matter of can ProLaser hold up, but ProLaser is absolutely going for it. He got those 6 scholars.
Yeah. Well, what age do you think? What age do you think is the best age to be attacking with French?
Oh, as soon as you can amass a big army, Boo comes in with this, Despo. He has gone Despo, isn't he?
Yeah,
yes, Despo, militia, all in medieval attack. He's got upgraded HCs, archers, militia, and if that front city falls of the Mongol city, of ProLaser city, it's going to be all sorts of troubles. Because he'll just cartwheel around and eventually hit Jatton, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, actually, can you pause for 1 sec? I just need to fix up the stream.
No problem.
Okay, 1 second. Not sure what's causing that. Oh, there we go. Okay. Ready? I'm paused. So I'm at 7:57. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
7:57. Oh,
Hopefully.
I'm a little bit ahead of you. I'm at 8.5. Sorry.
Okay.
Pull out some timestamps every now and again.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you just pause for now, and I'll catch you up when I'm a bit closer.
Okay, I'm at 8:39.
Okay, perfect. So we can see Jatton is raiding well. He's continuing to raid these rares, and those relics are still, they're scouted, but they're not being used at the moment. Oh, actually, they haven't scouted relics. That's huge. It's right in this little gap. Oh, that's very, very unlucky.
I can't even find relics.
It's literally the smallest fog of war ever is hiding all those relics. I mean, you'd be able to see the edge of that monument.
Yeah.
You see.
And this is so Roachy in a real game, you know. I'll have relics all game, you know. Discover it at the end, you know. You could get your GG and up pops diamonds behind your capital.
Oh, exactly right. And I mean, yeah, it's only at the end of the game.
Yeah. What time stamp you got?
So we're at 8:55.
Okay.
Ooh, and we can.
Right. No, I'm 9 now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and just try and sync with the stream if you can.
Good thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, it's easier said than done. So, all right, it does look like, so let's just have a quick look at their eco. So Dave, his eco was looking a little bit fragile there for a moment, but it's really just boosted naturally with the power of Lakota. It seems to do that. You know, the economy just explodes out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Jatton has a decent, solid eco. He has gone for his favorite Patriot, which is the Despot here. Meanwhile, we've got a Despot here as well from Dave, so it's Despot versus Despot action. But I'd say overall, better wealth for Jatton, while we have better metal income here for Dave. Ooh. Not sure who's getting the better of this engagement here between Boo and Prolays.
Yeah, Prolays is going medieval now.
Yeah, that's huge.
Prolays is doing really well.
He is. I mean, look at that sexy scholar count right there. 8 scholars at this stage of the game is pretty impressive. Given that some players get away with 3 for the first, 15 minutes of the game.
They've spotted relics. Boo's doing a back build.
Oh, yep, they do spot it. That's very fortunate for EL. They would have been cursing themselves if they hadn't seen that until the end of the game.
Jatton's putting great pressure on the center. He's raiding that second wood camp up the front there.
Yeah, that's really hurting. Every time he garrisons, he's losing that food income too. That's not something to be dismissed. Nice raid here as well. Excellent raids by Jatton. Killing those relics can literally change the game. Oh, look at this though. Dave is going on the warpath here. Yeah. I mean, he's not trying to capture a city, but he's doing some heavy raiding, and if he can pick off a few caravans, which he does, that's going to set Prolays back. Prolays definitely saying some strong words to Jatton right now in the chat. Probably something like, "Oi, fuck you, man. Cover my guy." Oh, he will be able to clean this up though. But I bet you, let's see what Jatton does to react. Is he going to come back? Oh, he is coming back.
Oh yeah, no choice.
And I mean, yeah, Dave is got to be careful now. He's done some good damage. I like this move, but it's going to be a bad investment if he loses his entire army. And he's getting cornered now. Ooh, Dave, it's very, very risky. Let's see if it pays off or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it did buy him time. Like, it forced Jatton to go back. But
yeah, Boo is finally aging.
Yeah, Boo is starting to age. If they'd found that relics earlier, I feel like EL would be in a much better position. Look at this. Pikeman versus Pikeman action. The Mohawk Spearmen are running away. There's no way these slow guys can catch up. Oh, and he's going to go for the relics too. That is really going to annoy Dave if he kills this relics. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh, 19 HP. 9 HP. Oh, he gets the relic merchant. Oh, man. Oh, just as the artillery and the army come through from Boo. Where were you, Boo? You needed to be here 2 seconds before. Yeah, that's got to be brutal for Dave.
Pro Laser's booming. He's 8 scholars. He's going Science 3. He's going really well. He's got an unguarded wood camp down the back there, but he's just going. He's going really well here.
Yeah, was that Pro Laser, sorry, or?
Yeah, Pro Laser.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Science 3 and he's still 8 scholars.
Wow, look at this. Looks like it was probably an ambush here. And a lot of dead bodies you can see there on the ground. A few citizens getting picked off. But more importantly, really severely damaging this eco of Boo's. And I feel like Prolace has had Boo's number pretty much from day dot in this game. And
yeah,
it goes without saying that Mongols has the edge, but this has been really dominant.
Yeah. He's going to catch his fort.
It does feel a bit like, yeah, Prolace has got that aggressive edge, and he's imposing his will on Boo right now, which is not ideal for the French player. Oh, meanwhile, this is a game of ambushes here. It looks like there's a lot of offensive ambushes going on. Dave really getting busy here in the middle, but it looks like a good defense here by Jatten.
And that French healing now is starting to come in with Boo.
Yeah. Oh man, look at this. Oh, some really nice elephant raids here by Momo on the left-hand side. Just look at that eco of Dante. It's down to 100 eco for a while here. This is really... oh, it looks like he has bribed one of his elephants though, so... Dante is fighting back.
Still no Science 2 from French. I'm still predicting a French attack, but it's getting a bit late here. 14 minutes. Gee,
yeah.
Too late, isn't it, really? Too late for a French attack.
Yeah, exactly. And we see now 14 minutes 30. Hanging Gardens going down as well for Jatten. So the longer this game goes on, the more that will play a huge factor. And who would have thought it? But I feel like SPQR are definitely on top right now. Ooh, nice little incursion here though by Boo.
Yeah. This is where the French healing really comes in, but you're never going to throw that. It's very difficult to throw that army out. Is he going to age? No, he's not. He could go. He hasn't got the medal.
Yeah, it looks like Prolace has so much knowledge right now. He actually can't afford the other resources to upgrade his tech.
Yeah.
Ooh. A little bit sloppy here by Prolace too. He's losing a couple of units unnecessarily. I think he's had enough. He's pissed off at Boo. He's going to run Garrison and try and fight back. Meanwhile, oh look at this. Dante is getting a bit aggressive here at the top as well. But oh man, that economy of Momo's is superb. That's the power of India. 200, 200, 150, 200, and he's gunpowder age. Oh my god, this is not good for Dante. This is going south very, very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been watching the wrong side of the map.
Dare I say, if you're Dante right now, you are screwed, my friend, because imagine trying to hold a 200 eco Indian player who's just got gunpowder and therefore got gun mahoots.
No, with no fort, so he got no spies.
Yeah, he's building his castle.
Dante's got no fort. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Dante's playing as Japanese here. I guess it's tricky when you're playing against Indians because Japanese are a bit faster, but yeah, once they get to age 4, the pendulum definitely swings in the favor of Indians.
Jatten's all over the map. Look at his heavy infantry rating.
Yeah, no, excellent raise there. I mean, all these small actions can really win games, and Jatten's rating has been superb this game. This is a textbook on how to play Iroquois.
Hanging Gardens done.
Yeah. So Jatten's knowledge income's now 170 compared to Momo 120. But Momo's eco is really strong. Meanwhile, Dante's only got 50 knowledge income. See, they keep losing these relics. If they hadn't lost these relics, I think EL would be a lot further ahead than they are. Surprisingly fairly close between Boo and Prolace here. I think Boo's little fight and little raid he did before really equalized this battle, and it seems like a bit of a war of attrition. No player wants to do anything too crazy. They're just happy to sit back and sound the other person out, build up an army, and expand their eco.
Hebdo's got Momo's got a couple of seeds, but he's just gone com 3 and
He's gone com 3. Oh my god.
he's got a couple of seeds though. Anyway, yeah, he's going to put on a bit of an attack here.
Here we go. He's starting to go forward. And I mean, Dante has a lot of light cavalry. How do light cavalry go against elephants? Something I've never really sat down and studied before. They're not going too bad. Maybe that's the counter, if there was a counter. Let's not kid ourselves. There's no such thing as a counter to like these bad boys right here.
He's got one. Momo's got one scout. He's only got one scout. He's got one scout that's not upgraded.
Yeah.
Spies are his only hope, I reckon. You know. Oh, he's building a few. Dante's building spies as I speak.
Yeah, he does have 2 spies. But I mean, he needs like 10 spies, man. He's not gonna turn this whole battle just with 2 of them, because even if he gets 2 nice bribes off, the gun mahouts are gonna kill everything. So this could decide the game right here. Because if Dante loses this, the whole balance of power of this game completely falls in the favor of SPQR. Oh, meanwhile, Dave is going for an attack on the cap here of Prolace. How is Jatten going to react? He's going to go back and try and save him. Looks like he probably will be able to get a cap sack there. Meanwhile, oh, there's a lot of action at the same time here. We've got to be careful we don't miss anything. He is sieging down that castle, but meanwhile, Dave is going for the cap. Dave looks like he has a fair chance of getting it, but Prolace should be able to reinforce in time. Actually, I don't think Dave will capture this. He will probably be able to reduce it, but he might lose his entire army, and this might be a play that might backfire on Dave here. Although Dave probably recognized that the other side is losing, and he needed to try and roll the dice. So, will Dave get cleaned up here, or is this going to go better than I think it will?
No, I think he's gone.
He's gone. He's rolled the dice, I think, because look at this. Look at this from Momo. Oh, he does get a bribe off. Oh, Prolace's capital did go down. Oh my god. Oh, Boo came in from below.
Yeah, Boo's there.
Oh, I completely didn't realize that was his army. Oh my god, this is exciting now. Okay, so Boo's captured the cap.
He has to take down that castle.
And Jatten's army, which was looking really strong, is now looking like it's been decimated here. And that might have been the biggest masterstroke I've ever seen. What the hell? Where is Prolace's army, or is his units? Okay, he's rebuilding, he's regathering. It looks like he will be able to take this back. I don't think there's been a fatal blow here, but a really nice move by EL nonetheless. They needed to make something happen here, and they have. Look at this, Boo's repairing it somehow.
Unless it's the French monarch. Does the French monarch repair? Oh, no, maybe he upgraded. Did he upgrade?
Oh, he upgraded. Yeah, what a high IQ move right there by Boo. He must have upgraded his lumber mill. Or something like that, because it's got 1000 HP, which wasn't there before.
Yeah.
Nice move.
Yeah, the B line is No, it's not.
Oh man, this got to be nerve-wracking for SPQR. I mean, Momo, I can just tell right now in Discord, if they are in Discord, he'd be saying, guys, can you just fucking don't lose?
Well, this is a steal. If they win this, if L wins, this is a steal.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Yeah, Prolace did forget armor, so that is a bit of a blunder there. That could have played a big part in why his army got destroyed there by Boo's.
Mate, Dave is a good player. Jatten has gone 5.
Oh man, it looks like Dante is giving up here. Well, not giving up, but he knows that his days are numbered, and Momo is rolling over him right now. Basically, SPQR can retake Pro Lasers capital. They win the game. If they don't retake the capital, they lose the game. It's as simple as...
I'd say so.
It's as simple as that. It comes down to this capital. Will they retake the cap? It does finish, and now Boo needs to figure out a way to hold off 2 armies here. Although, to be honest, the laws of physics dictate that that's not possible.
Well, it's going to turn into a 2v2 pretty quickly this game. Here comes Jatton. I don't think they're going to hold the cap. It's game over.
No, I don't think they're going to hold it either. And I mean, oh look at that. He's using the Okwari here. Oh, that's very intelligent by Jatton. Special units of Iroquois. 1 age early in age 5, they've got the commandos. So he will detonate that. Bring the HP back down. And there's a 2-minute timer. Yeah, they'll cruise in. They retake it. Meanwhile, they traded cap sacks. Dante's cap this time has been taken by Momo. And, no, he has grabbed it back. So Dave is... Dave's saying in the chat, are you kidding me with that?
He was very close.
Oh, is that...
That was unlucky.
Oh, was it? Yeah, okay. When he took the actual
Army was
cap.
very close. Yeah, it was, he was like 1 second too late.
Yeah, that's brutal. And sometimes some things just can't be explained. You just got to keep your units literally next door to the cap if you want to avoid any doubt. But yeah, I can feel for Dave there. And look at this. Jatton coming down, and now they're going to do a sandwich here on Boo. It's like the Empire strikes back. They know Dave's away. And while Dave's away, the mice will play.
Yeah.
And they're playing right now. They're playing with Boo. And yeah, this is definitely looking like game, set, match. Momentum well and truly in favor of SPQR. All 3 players on their team playing really well. And you can see Dave calling GG in the chat. This is a best of 7, guys. And we will be casting the first 3 games tonight. And we'll cast the remainder tomorrow. So there's plenty of chance for either team to win.
Yeah, if they win, Momo got the game. Look, I tend to agree. Although Prolays, I mean, they all played well. Prolays did extremely well against Boo. You gotta give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
And he was double rated there a couple of times. Jatton was obviously all over the map.
Oh, exactly. Oh, nice raid there by Dave.
It's easy to sit there in armchair critic, but I think Dante had to go early with Japs. Had to go early against the Indians, you know. That's a matchup that only gets worse every age.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I've heard people, like high-level players in the past, who've always told me that when it comes to fighting against Indians, you need to go hard in age 3, or you need to go hard on your raids. You can't let them sit back and spam farms and spam, you know, lumber camps and all that stuff, because yeah, it just becomes too hard of a task later on. And Momo played it to perfection. And who's to say? I mean, we didn't catch all of the action in this game, so Dante could well have been trying his hardest to raid, but yeah, that's just a tough matchup once it gets to age 4. And you can see that was where the balance really shifted. But I do think the unsung hero in this game, I've got to hand it to Jatton. The number of times that, you know, watching this game, I caught him raiding relics, raiding rares, raiding Boo. He basically set EL off balance from the very beginning. And EL were never really able to quite get back on their feet. Alright, looks like this... Are we calling this game too early? Because I did say I'm pretty sure it's GG, but they do seem to have stabilized. I was like, I'm waiting for them to call it GG.
It's over. It's gone. I mean, Dante's a bloody good player. You know, he's spanked my bottom many hundreds of times, you know. But
yeah, no, Dante's good, but the thing is, in this game, like, look at the lineup. You got Momo, Jatton, Prolays, Boo, Dave, and Dante. Like, they're all really, really good. So there's always going to be one player who is going to, you know, not be able to match it for whatever reason. And in this case, yeah, he just got rolled by Indians.
Yeah, look,
Actually,
James, my rule of thumb. Go ahead.
Before we I don't want to. I hope this may turn into the greatest comeback of all time, but we can see that Boo is doing really well. So he's taken the city of Balasagun at the bottom right here.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Prolade. What's happened to him?
Yeah, I mean, his eco is wrecked. I guess, in fairness to Prolade, he did lose his cap for like 2 or 3 minutes, so his eco was absolutely shot. That's never going to be good for your eco when you've literally got no citizens there. But Jatten has just hit industrial age, and I mean, Momo's now imposing his will a bit on Dave. So this is probably like still looking a bit like the beginning of the end. But look, if I was a bookie right now, I would not be giving EL 0%. I'd be giving them a good 10-15%. They still have a chance. This could be the greatest.
I'll take that bet.
You take that bet. What? I'll risk my $100 to win your 15. That sounds. Yeah, I might rethink that. I don't know. You should never discount Dave and Boo, especially when Boo is looking like he's got some good momentum here. Oh, it looks like, look at this. They are double teaming him now. Jatten and Prolez are doubling him hard from both sides, and he is pinned against this wall here. He cannot retreat. There's literally a mountain behind him. This is like, what is it, Helm's Deep in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
He is stuck. There is nowhere to go, and those men will fight their last fight until they die. Oh look, there are tanks right in front of him too. Those tanks can fire from a distance. You don't need to go point blank, my friend. My God. All right, Dave is calling GG now. So if you took that bet, you would have won it. So well done, Roachy. Those 15% odds might have been optimistic, but no.
They fought bravely.
That was a very good game though. Well done all round, and some nice moves by both players. Yeah, if I had to pin it down to probably 3 critical moves, I'll come up with 2, and you can come up with the last one. How's that sound? So hopefully I don't steal yours. So I think the first one was Jatten's rating. I think his players Iroquois was really strong. It set Boo off guard when he was raiding that wood, forced a tower, and Prolez followed that with a raid of his own. But I think Jatten's heavy infantry rating was on point. And then I think Momo's boom was really, really strong. And what's your final point, Roachy? What do you think?
I'm going to go back. I go back to the ruin stats. Jatten in the end has picked up 850 ruins as Iroquois.
Yep.
Now, and everyone else has got 250, 300, or 200 for Boo. So Boo's got a bit of a slow start there. That's just I think ruins are overpowered. To me, that's good game at, it's a good game at 4 minutes. Like someone who's going to pick up 850 ruins, they're hard to beat.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, and actually, Boo had a really strong eco. In fairness to Boo, he got raided a lot, and yet he still managed to boom up and basically almost be on par with, Momo and Jatten there at one point. And then, military-wise, you can just see Charlie Hebdo playing that slow and steady Indian game, not losing units and just crushing Dante there. Dante could only really delay him. There's no way he would have been able to fight back in the long term there against such a strong eco that Momo had. And it was interesting rares too. I mean, like you said at the very beginning, EL did have very, very favourable rares from a military perspective. They had salt, they had horses, they had cotton, they had sugar. Normally that's a cocktail for devastating assaults on your opponents. But I feel like, again, Iroquois, man, those raids early game, they just put them off balance. They couldn't even get the ruins. They couldn't get the rares that they had, and basically that was their downfall.
Yeah, textbook Iroquois. Lakota couldn't. What's the word? Counteract it. Tried hard, dashed in and out. Lakota really tried, but I think that. Yeah, the Indian attack in 4, mate. 4 and. That Indian attack, those Ellies, just murderous. Prolays did really well.
Yep.
Look, now, let's have a look at the second game.
Yeah, that's it. Let's jump into game number 2. So I've got the replay ready to go. You just give me a hoy when you're good, and we'll get started.
Yeah, I'm just loading now. King of Sahara, game 2.
And just a quick shout out to everyone in the chat. So, hello guys, thanks for tuning in. We've got 30 viewers right now, so that's amazing and incredibly humbling. So, please let us know where you are in the world in the chat. We got Mentalist, we got Sermon, Arash, William Shakespeare himself. I suspect that might be a Smurf of some time. MK, who else have we got? Got Mash. Hey Mash. Donkscope, aka Lube. And I think Lube is actually on the EL roster, so we might see him play in the next game. And we got Roachy. Hey, wait. Where's Roachy? So yeah. What's up, guys? Ready to go into game number 2?
Yeah, and when you're ready.
Oh, someone said, "Hey, handsome Kron, how you doing?" I'm doing very well, thank you, Arash. Love your tutorial on scouting. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, guys, just so you know too, I'll quickly plug, but I've been working on a tutorial for 6 months on scouting. On hotkeys in Rise of Nations. So customizing your hotkeys so that you can play as efficiently as possible, because the default hotkeys in RON are really bad. Most of the keys are over the right-hand side of the keyboard, which makes it really hard to press without looking at your keyboard. And if you look at your keyboard, there's no point in having a hotkey, because the whole point of a hotkey is that you can focus on the game and basically press the hotkeys without having to look down. So keep an eye out. It will be uploaded on the channel probably within the next week to 2 weeks at the most, at the latest. So keep an eye out. I've been teasing that one for over 6 months now, but it's finally done. All right, without further ado, let's get stuck into game number 2. All right, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so game number 2 here is on Sahara, and we have Lube here subbing in for Dante. So Dave and Boo staying in the roster as expected. They are known as 2 of the strongest players in the world, so that's not entirely a surprise. Meanwhile, Proles, Momo, and Jatten have stayed with the same roster. Obviously, it worked for them last game, so if it ain't broke, no need to fix it, right?
Yeah.
And oh, look at this. So let's quickly look at the nations. We've got Dutch, we've got Egyptians for Momo, and we've got Bantu. And remember, this is a best of 7, so I mean, some of these nations might be getting picked because they literally know that if it goes all the distance to a best of 7, they might need to pick pretty much every single nation. But so there's no harm in picking a weaker nation, because it might mean you pick a stronger nation later. Mind you, Egyptians aren't weak, but they're just not necessarily a popular pick. Meanwhile, we've got Boo with Persians. We've got Dave has gone as Bantu as well. So we've got, is that 2 Bantus? Yep. And then we have Lube as Romans. Ooh, look at this. We already have some action. That is a sneaky, sneaky caravan. Will he catch this city? He does catch it. Oh, man, if Proles reacts fast enough, he's going to be able to deny this city. Is he going to go back? Yes, he will, he will. Oh, man. That's devastating for Lube. I've been caught in this exact same situation when I was playing in the 1v1 tournament. And I was Lakota versus Dutch, and the Dutch caravan caught out my city, and I was pretty much screwed. So I don't know what you do here. Do you just bring a shitload of citizens, or do you just give up? Oh no, he will be able to finish it. Okay, he just needs to stay calm and finish the city. Breathe in, breathe out.
It can be worse, you know. The only thing worse than 1 caravan pounding on your city is 2 caravans, because as Dutch, you can actually build a second caravan. And yeah. I've been caught. Mr. Whippy has caught me a number of times with my pants down. He's got 2 caravans pounding on my on my city, and then he'll get 1 caravan to start killing your villies. It's very frustrating, to say the least.
Man, the fact that you just said Mr. Whippy caught me with my pants down and then started pounding me, it just makes me think, yeah, that must have been a really bad memory.
Yeah. Figuratively speaking. Well, he's a
Of
large
course,
man.
of course.
Figuratively speaking.
Of course. Yes, it's all metaphors, of course.
Yeah.
So, okay. Meanwhile, we've got. So let's quickly have a look at the. Are there any game-changing rare resources here? So we do have salt. That's fairly well protected for Jatton. So I know Jatton loves salt, so he'll be happy about that. He loves marble too, so he'll be able to spam wonders. Actually, I don't think he likes marble too much. But he's got marble there. They got bison. It's handy, but not great. Sugar, dye at the top. Overall, I'd say SPQR's rares are mediocre. If they can protect those relics, that'd be a nice one. But they don't have any game changers, I don't think. Would you agree, or do you see any game changes that I missed?
No, not at all. I mean, marble and eggy sort of is a nice compliment if you're going to start wonder spamming, isn't it? But, you know, you can't... Sahara is hardly the greatest boom map of all time. You know, I think it's recognised as the most aggressive map of all, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like even though marble seems in theory to be good if you're Egyptians, if you look at how much Hanging Gardens cost 150 food and wealth, and that's the best, you know, it's known as generally the best wonder to build in Standard. That only saves you 10%, so it's only saving you like
15 of each.
15 of each, yeah.
Oh, no, or is it 20 of each? Is it off the original cost? Does it save you 200?
No,
20 or 15?
I think it's 15. So you can only get a discount on what you're paying in the first place. You don't get an extra discount.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not bad, but like it's not game changing. Like 15 gold. It's like, okay, well,
Agreed.
that's just one archer, I guess. So yeah, that's I guess generally why unless you're spamming a lot of wonders, in which case it'll really help once that ramping cost goes up. If he starts to build 2 or 3, that 10% really will start to mean something then.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And look at that. Prole's really making good use of this armed caravan. Where's his other armed caravan? Oh, he's just working with it. He's not raiding. Okay, that's fair enough. Collecting gold. These armed caravans aren't all just designed to go to war and die on the front lines. Meanwhile, we do have Jatton raiding again. And you notice a pattern here? Jatton picked Iroquois first game. He's picked Bantu second game. So he has clearly got a role to play. And in fairness, he did it exceptionally well last game. So I see the logic. But he is up against Boo here. And Boo's renowned as a really good defender. So yeah, he's towering up his wood line. He's not going to get caught out by Jatton's raids, I don't think. Let's quickly talk about EL's rares. So EL have wool, which, to be honest, wool is not as bad as people think. I actually don't mind wool. I think the knowledge is really handy and it's good for getting citizen spam out early. It's not the best rare, but it's not bad. They're a lot worse. What else have we got? We've got Pappy, and not a great deal else. Bit of wine up here.
We got horse. I love horse.
And horses, true. Yep, and horses with Persians should go nicely as this game goes on.
There's relic in the bottom corner, but that's going to be hard to hold. Well, there's...
Yeah, not protected anyway. Yeah, Jatton will be all over raiding that if they do try and hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Dutch. So Proles versus Lube here. I mean, Lube playing as Romans. We haven't seen Romans played in the series yet, but typically they're known to be really strong in Age 3. I know Lube's style, from my experience of playing him, is generally he loves to go for a massive attack with armor in Gunpowder Age. So Mill 4, armor, Monarch, and then just go all out attack at that very moment and not a second beforehand. So I like to see how this game plays out if you might go for a similar strategy. It's a really, really powerful attack if he does go for that. But Romans are generally known to be their strongest in Age 3 as well. Especially when they get Mill 3. They can go for a really strong attack, spam barracks, spam heavy infantry, and just go in for the kill. So, I mean, Proles is playing as Dutch. He's got a nice head start there because of the economic boosts, but That's probably his Achilles heel here. Like a timing attack in either age 4 or age 3 or age 4 Monarch. Oh, look at this. Nice ambush here on Boo. Boo not reacting yet. He does react after about 2 seconds. Still some pro reflexes by Boo, but it won't be fast enough to save all of his citizens. He does lose at least one. Plenty of vital time there too. So nice little ambush there by Jatton. Meanwhile, Dave raiding those relics. So bit of trading going on here.
And Lube is setting up for that age 4 attack. He's got 6 scholars. He's got Despot. So there's no second uni yet, which is a bit surprising. 3 city. Oh, he's got nice wood there.
Yeah, he does have Civ 2. And where is he building his second city? Oh, at the bottom here. Yep, nice and protected. So it looks like he's definitely not planning for anything too crazy. He's not going to go for a massive rush in age 3. Or at least not at this stage. He's just ecoing up. When Jatton going for another raid here. Is that another ambush? No, it wasn't an ambush, just a straight up raid. Nice defense by Boo. Looks like he will be able to clean up a lot of these units. Oh, and look at this. Militia raid behind by Jatton. That's annoying right there. Do Banty militia run faster than normal militia?
I believe they do.
It looks like he's running faster. Something I've never really entertained.
No, I don't know, to be fair.
He looks like he is, yeah.
I guess they would.
He's putting that pitchfork to work right there. That's real. He even pinged his allies to let them know about it. It's like, you know when you do something cool in Ron and you just ping your allies just so that they can watch you dominate someone? It's like the greatest moment. It's like, hey guys, I'm not pinging you because there's some strategy I need you to be aware of. I just need you to cheer me on about how cool I am right now. That was really cool though. That militia has earned his paycheck for sure. Here we go. Oh, he will die though. His bowman will clean him up. He served his purpose. Jatton staying very busy. Meanwhile, Dave is playing very similar to Jatton. I think Dave and Jatton play very similar styles. They both love to go despot and they love to be very aggressive while they boom.
I'm just looking at the broadcast. It's saying an error's occurred. Is that with me or you or what?
No, I'm watching the broadcast on my phone as well, so it looks like it's still going fine. But you might just need to reload YouTube. Do you want me to pause? Just try refreshing the browser.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, go. No, it's fine. Yeah, it was me. You're right.
You're right. It's good to know because yeah, it wouldn't be good if the whole broadcast was cut and we're just talking to ourselves.
No. Yep.
So fairly similar ecos between Jatton and Boo. I wouldn't say one player has an amazing advantage over the other at this stage. And I mean, Dave's bases are really well protected. In fact, I think this could be a big story of this game. So Dave's playing his Bantu as well. His eco is really strong. He's got 10, 10, 13 as far as food, wood, and stone workers go. So that's always a good number. Like generally speaking, if you hit 13, 13, 13, you can pretty much maintain a max eco the entire game from there. So he's got the infrastructure in place. He's got 8 scholars, 96 knowledge income coming in, and he's got Pappy as well. So Pappy will mean he can accelerate his age up to age 4. Do you think Dave's going to go for Science 3 before?
Sorry, I'm just looking at Prolays. I think the action's going to be green versus purple here. Prolays has 0 scholars, and the gun attack is coming. He has 9 scholars now. Lube is just going to get the 4. He's going to crush Prolays. I mean, unless I'm missing something here, he's got a bit of an army going Prolays, but
yeah. What's we might have missed something here, but he does have relics, but he hasn't built a university yet. Is there any reason for this? Because that's a long time to not have a uni. And yeah, I think you might be right. I mean, if he doesn't start to spam some scholars soon, although that might all not even affect anything, because as we can see here, there's a double assault here on this base of Boo's. And I mean, looking at Boo's army, he's got a lot of light cavalry, which are not effective against this pikeman heavy army. Although Dave is also coming down with a lot of cavalry.
Why did he put his cap at the front? That's a Roachy move. The cap at the front, you know. How many times have I lost my cap at the front?
No, he is Persians, in fairness to him. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Persians is the one exemption to that rule. But yes, it is a very Roachy-like move to build your cap at the front.
I'll take that back.
Yeah. No, that's...
I was getting frustrated with people playing like me.
Here we go, though. They are going in for the attack, and will they capture this city or not? I mean, capital or not is still a big deal if they can capture this, and this is a huge fight here. I like EL's position as far as defending goes. There's plenty of buildings that are blocking and obstructing this onslaught from SPQR, and the city has not yet been reduced. So, unsure whether that was a temple upgrade or what caused that HP to go up, but I feel like, yeah, this SPQR might have jumped the gun a little bit and gone a little bit too quickly. And very, very nice defense here by EL. EL fans have got to be happy about that. It looks like they've got a good position and they should be able to clean up this attack in just a matter of moments.
Well, our Roman friend has gone Science 4, so I don't know what he's done there. I mean, he could have been gunned by now, honestly.
Wow. Well, he does have Pappy, so I guess if there is a time to go Science 4, it's probably now.
He's going Com 3. I mean, what's that? That's going to be an Enlightenment attack by the look of things. I mean,
No.
Yeah, I mean, Dave is saying in the chat, need help, Lube, and he's saying no. But I mean, I do feel like Lube is definitely in a good... He's in a good position. I mean, he's going for the classic Zen mechanics approach, which is, I'm just going to spam tech, and then, assuming I don't die by the time I get to age 5, I'm just going to crush my opponent. Who knows?
That's the way I grew up. That's the way I used to play Nomad for like 10 years, you know. I would come in and you don't attack. My rule of thumb, you don't attack until you got missile shield.
Yeah.
In Nomad, you know. It's like 75 minutes in, I'll build an army.
Yeah, like 2 hours later, you'll get your nukes and you'll get your ICBMs and you'll reduce their capital and win the game.
Yeah. That's his strategy here. I mean, come on.
So, I think...
I shouldn't criticise. I mean, there's been a lot of little action going on. There's been arming raiding and stuff and whatever else, so... I'm not criticising.
No, in fairness to Lube, I think this is actually a really good strategy. And it's going to pay off for him now, because he's aging up to age 4 now. Meanwhile, Prolaze is nowhere near aging to age 4.
Oh,
He hasn't...
He's going to be in 5. He's going to be in 5, Lube, and...
So, yeah, basically... If you do the maths, Prolaze needs another 130 plus 500. He needs about 630 knowledge, and he's only generating 89 every 30 seconds.
I'm calling this game. This is 1.
You're calling it?
1 for the this is 1 for the old champs. This is a good game. It's controversial.
Where's the controversy come from? You calling it early?
It's calling it. Yeah, the Ella's won this game. It's over. I mean, Lube is just. Well, he's going to be an age up permanently on Prolaze. And
so do you think Prolaze made a blunder here, not just forgetting to build a university, or what's your take?
I look, to be fair, there was a bit of raiding action, whatever else going on in there, and I didn't catch it all. And Prolaze built 2 stables and 2 racks very early. I'm not sure of the logic there, but
True. Yeah.
Lube played that classic Roman game you outlined at the start, which is you spam about 10 scholars, you get 3 caravans going, you're overflowing with wealth, and you get to gunpowder instantly. Well, he's taken it a step further. He's going to be gunpowder than Enlightenment, but...
Yeah. I mean, he's going Enlightenment, and why not? I mean, Enlightenment Rush is just as good as a Gunpowder Rush, but it's even stronger. So, yeah, I mean, if he gets to age 5 before Prolaz gets to age 4, then yeah, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. Although I think Prolaz should be spared that. Although it will be close. He's not too far away. He's only 1 tech away. He needs 900 knowledge. Meanwhile, Prolaz needs a little bit more, so he will get to Gunpowder, but it won't be Gunpowder for long.
Mentalist and a Sermon's agreeing, saying it's over for SPQR.
Yeah, I think it seems to definitely be trending towards EL. I mean, I don't know what happened, the difference between last game and this game, but it just feels like it was kind of, roles were reversed. EL felt like they were in control. The raids.
Well, I'll take you back to the ruin screen. You flip to economy and you can see El Dave got 500 ruins. You know, and it's just Jatton got a few.
Oh, I mean, Dave does have the highest, but I don't think that's game changing. I definitely think it will help Dave. But I agree, that's definitely an important factor. And, you know, speed in the early game can really help you so much, because the game kind of, you know, it expands exponentially.
Prolaz's got 150 ruins, so he's got off to a really slow start and struggled by the look of things. And I've been there many, many, many times. Yeah.
Look at this. Prolaz realizing his knowledge is behind and he is plonking down Hanging Gardens. I like that move. He needs to do something like that because...
No.
Yeah, he does. He needs knowledge. There's no way he can play this game without the prospect of catching up somehow. And that's one way to do it. I mean, is it going to be a Band-Aid solution? Well, he needs to survive for the next 10 minutes for it to work.
It's called building a wonder for your enemy, you know. Have you ever sat outside a city and wait for someone to finish the wonder and then you go in and take the city, you know, when you're tormenting some noobs, you know?
Oh, man. Yeah.
I remember saying to one guy once years ago, back in GameStar, like, hurry up and finish the wonder, you know?
There was a really funny moment, like, I can't remember, it was about a year ago, but we were playing with some noobs, and this noob built this Colossus, like, right on the very edge of his city. It was the furthest away he could get. And we were playing as Russians, and we built our city really close, built a fort, got like Colosseum. Basically, the attrition took over the Colossus, and then we bribed the Colossus with the...
Can you bribe it?
You can bribe a Colossus.
I've never seen a wonder bribe. There you go. I've never seen that.
Fun fact right there. So you mentioned building wonders for your opponents. I don't think anyone will be able to bribe this Hanging Gardens, but... It can be done. Okay, let's do a quick stock take. I mean, Dave, his eco's superb, 190 knowledge. Momo's only 142. Similar ecos, but definitely got to give Dave the edge there. Chatton's got a great eco, 120 knowledge, but look at that. Look at that from Boo. 166. The relics, the pappy, the wine, the spice, and the wool, which I mentioned at the start. See, I told you wool is a game changer. That is a lot of knowledge res right there. And yeah, EL taking full advantage. Meanwhile, SPQR, they do have relics, but they really have nothing else in terms of knowledge. And this is where, you know, your mum sits you down when you're young and says, you know, you got to study hard at school. This is why. Look at them right now. EL are like geniuses. They're about to hit Enlightenment age. And the other guys are still stuck in... Well, they're in Gunpowder, but yeah. You know what I'm saying here, Roachy. Education is key. Don't quit. Don't drop out. See, if you go to school, it's all going to work out for you. You might even end up the champion of King of Sahara too.
Just good game out of that one.
Yeah, it's
I was just looking at Jatton's tech tree. I mean, even Jatton can't come back and save this. I mean, it's just not there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the scholar count really 14. Those knowledge rares are just are basically boosting EL so much here, and tough. It's a tough mix because like they got such good knowledge rares, and meanwhile, at this top matchup between Prolaz and Lube, Prolaz just forgot to build a university, or just was happy to rest on that relic. And yeah, it's just created this massive mismatch in tech. So yeah, Prolaz has got to be like, oh man, I am screwed here. He's upgrading to Fusiliers. Jatton is calling GG. I think they know it is GG. And Roachy is 2 out of 2 predictions so far. There's the resignation from Jatton. And that is officially 1 game apiece. Oh, I forgot to update the scoreboard.
Well, you know, in the history of this competition, we haven't seen that many split results, so this is going to be at least a 4-1 or a 4-2 or a 4-3. We haven't had that many split results. They tend to go 3-0 or whatever, you know. You don't often get a 3-1 or 2-1, whatever.
Yep, very true. And
so it's certainly split result, which is good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was and I mean, do you think the nations? I mean, Mentalist in the chat brought up a good point. He did say that, you know, WTF, man, wrong nations choose wrong nations, man.
Yeah.
WTF, SPQR. Well, is Mentalist onto something here? Is Mentalist the source of truth and wisdom?
you could be right, mate. We get Mentalist on there.
We've had him on before, so we'll have to do that sometime. He also said earlier, he said, Jatton no army. Some very good inputs there from Mentalist, so thank you. And what else? Oh, we've got HNZ88 just popping in to say hi. Ironic, SPQR dies to Romans. That is a good point. SPQR, do you know what that stands for?
The Senate and People of Rome.
That's it. Wow, you know your history. Well done.
Yeah, I'm all for storming the Senate.
Yeah, so that is ironic right there.
I'm not. That was a disgrace. I'm not for storming the Senate.
Storm the Capitol. Yeah, I mean that was
exactly.
That really was the Capitol. Where is the Senate right now? Jeez, talk about Oh, my game's glitched. Oh no, I can use the mini map. Where's it? Someone's Senate. I want to confirm that it does indeed look like the Capitol. Or has everyone deleted their senates? No, not really. It looks like the White House, maybe. Not really either. Anyway, yeah, no, that was pretty crazy in real life. Sorry, what were you saying?
That's an Egyptian Senate.
Oh, true.
The American Senate looks different.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the American one looks like, and before and after the riot happens.
Yeah.
You know when you click raise Senate, and then people go ahead and actually do it, and you're like, no, I didn't mean actually go and raise it. That's kind of what happened a few days ago. Anyway, all right, so let's load up the next replay. But before we get into game number 3, are you right to go for one more game?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's do it. So can you give us your thoughts and wisdom as to what was the one critical moment that decided that game?
Well, the 9 scholars of the Rome versus 0 scholars, which sorry, I've just forgot Prolaz's nation. He was what nation was Prolaz?
He was Dutch.
Yeah, Dutch. That's right. Which is, and he was doing exactly the strategy you suggested at the beginning for Rome, the fast gunpowder, except it turned into sort of a fast rolling up to Enlightenment.
Yeah, that was very methodical by Lube. He didn't get over, anxious about it. He didn't try and make something happen. He just basically played it to perfection. It was like death by 1,000 cuts. Or it was like death by just, what's the word? Have you ever watched Dragon Ball Z?
No.
Okay, that's all right. I'll explain to you quickly. So in Dragon Ball Z, there's this... I haven't watched it since I was a kid, but there's a section where Goku, who's the main hero, he literally stands on this planet and he holds his hands up in the air and he tries to get this thing called a spirit bomb. And a spirit bomb is like this super strong energy bomb thing. But it literally takes like 6 months, it feels like, to create it. So in Dragon Ball Z, all they did was they showed episode after episode of Goku just standing there going, like, they did nothing else except to show them talking to each other, and he'd just sit there and scream. And then finally he gets this spirit bomb and he kills the enemy. And that's kind of like what Lube did. He just sat there and built up his scholars and then just crushed his opponent once he had his spirit bomb. So
he didn't even have to crush his opponent. They just did everyone just good game.
They just GG'd on the spot. They're like, yeah, we're done.
Once the spirit bomb was complete, that was it. Okay, let's go launch.
All right.
We've got a 62.
Let's do it. Okay.
62. Let the game begin.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. All right. Game number 3. We are all tied up here. 1 game apiece for this epic semi-final of King of Sahara 2. Let's look at the nations quickly. So at the top here, we've got Proles on the right-hand side as Romans. We have Momo as Aztecs. So Romans, Aztecs, and Greeks for Jatin. Romans, Aztecs, Greek. So that's an interesting mix. I don't know. That's kind of 3 random nations that should go well together, but I don't really have any thoughts on this yet. We'll have to wait and see. It's kind of like a bit of everything. Good rating. Yeah.
It's interesting that they've picked Sahara. Both losing teams have picked Sahara now, so they're just staying on Sahara. They're not picking other maps. There's been no water maps. There's been no nothing else. It's just all Sahara.
Yeah, I know. This is kind of like... I feel like this game is such high level that these players just respect it too much that they want it to be on Sahara because it's kind of known as the most balanced map for balanced gameplay. But yeah, I mean, I wonder if anyone will break tradition now, if it's just going to be every single map will be Sahara from here.
It's just the other team. We've got Rome versus Russians. So I don't know why anyone would pick Russians. So that's Lube has picked Russians. So.
Oh, he has, yeah. Indians, Iroquois, and Russians. No, you might think Russians are terrible, but again, just a reminder that this is a best of 7. So that means you can't pick the same nation twice. And there's 24 nations in this game. So you need to pick, theoretically, up to 21 nations by the end when it's all said and done. So whilst Russians is definitely a interesting choice, we've seen Russians actually do really well on certain maps in 1v1 on Sahara. So it's not... Yeah.
We've got Indians again. Dave has gone Indians, so this is going to versus Jatin's Greek. So this is very interesting. Dave and Jatin's matched up here.
Yeah, and I think Jatin's going to be looking out for some knowledge rares because he's probably going to need a bit of a boost from some rares here if he wants to stay on par with Dave. Because if Dave, again, I think Jatin will be in a good position here actually because Jatin, he's a very strong raider, and if you want to defeat Indians, you need to be strong on your raids, you need to be disciplined.
Absolutely.
You need to be constantly building units. And I mean, what's the best unit that Greeks can build? Well, I don't think there's any debate. It's the heavy cabs. It's the I forget what they're called off the top of my head. What's the clan name called again? Stratiotai or yeah, one age before. What are they called one age before? You'll have to let me know. We'll soon find out, but they're bloody strong. We know that much. And they are fast.
Who has gone mill 1? He's picking up lots of ruins here. And now both of the most aggressive nations, Iroquois and Aztec, are both in the pocket.
Yeah, Boo has 500 ruins, which was that sweet spot where he's definitely in the lead there. And
Aztec has not built a Rax here. Has not built a Rax early.
That is an interesting choice, and maybe Momo didn't build a Rax because he was in the pocket and he's further away from the action because he's normally quite an aggressive player. Oh, look at this though. Yeah, Boo has intercepted this market, which is definitely going to set Jatin back a bit. And Jatin trying to protect that sugar. And Jatin now building his own barracks, so looks like Boo is quite content to just destroy this market. He is running away though. Would have taken a long, long time. And that Rax does finish, so well done by Boo. Evacuating when he needed to. And yeah, this fight between Jatin and Dave is going to be quite epic. This is a rematch of the ELO Legends tournament, which was the 1v1 tournament where these guys both played each other in an epic, I think it was best of 9. I do feel like Greeks, who won? So Dave won, but it was an epic series, and anyone that hasn't seen it, make sure you, I probably just spoiled the results, so apologies. But you should still watch it anyway. Just search for ELO Legends Grand Final on the Rise of Patience channel. And in particular, there was some epic builds by Jatton that were really creative. Like, there was one win where it was a territory victory. There was another win, which I can't remember. It was some crazy stuff there. So it was very, very entertaining to watch. But Dave's
Boo's really picked up some ruins here. He's got 550 ruins, which is not a game changer, but he's off to the best start. Now, Jatton has gone only 200 ruins versus Dave's 350. So nominally, Dave's got a bit of a head start on Jatton here with the ruins on a ruin count. But Boo certainly has picked up a lot of ruins.
Yeah. No, it does seem that way. And let's have a look at Prolays. So Prolays has built his second city behind. He's not getting aggressive with his city posturing, just keeping that trade route nice and secure. What do you think of a comparison here between the pocket players? So we have Prolays at the top. Oh, sorry, Prolays is actually not the pocket player. That's Momo. So my apologies. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Aztec Iroquois.
Yeah, Aztec Iroquois. That's the two most aggressive nations happen to be in the pocket, which is kind of unusual.
They can see Diamond and very down the bottom. They can see Diamond, but they've really got to raid that down in the bottom of the map.
Yeah, they haven't actually scouted it, the SPQR guys, so they don't actually know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry they haven't.
It exists, yeah, but I mean, they should know that there is a corner rare there. But yeah, that's huge.
We've got an Indian coming in here. I don't want to call this game already, but we've got an elephant coming in. I don't want to call the game at 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but you got Indians sitting on Diamond.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to give EL a boost. But no, we have a rule. We're not allowed to call a game before the 25-minute mark. So let's wait and see. Unless you want to... Sorry, you go.
Jatton is very, very tricky, and he's got that heavy infantry on the alley. Now, heavy infantries do well against Ellies in classical. You know, those classical Ellies can be a complete bugger. I don't know why he isn't fighting that heavy infantry, but with that Ellie, but
yeah. Whereabouts is this? Sorry.
Oh, you're ahead of me. 6:30.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. I'm at 6:40. So.
I'm behind the times.
That's all right. So we can see Senate here from Dave, and that's kind of unusual for Dave to not go Despot, but given that he's Indians, it makes perfect sense.
You know, Jatton's gone Despot, you know, against Indians, like, my goodness. Well, it depends how he... Anyway, let's see what happens. Well, he's obviously going to go aggressive against them, so maybe it is the way to go. I'll take that back.
Yeah, I feel like Boo must have done some good raids here, because Jatton doesn't have many rare resources at the moment. And I mean, that could be a big issue. I mean, Jatton hasn't built a single heavy cab, has he? Yeah, I don't believe he has. So I'm not sure. Finally, a companion being built now. So I was actually expecting Jatton to build a companion a bit earlier than that. His trademark style of raiding with those Greek heavy cabs was delayed a bit here. 7 minutes, 45 seconds. Now he's building a second one though, so once he starts to get 2 or 3, I think that'll be the sweet spot where Dave will be forced to basically stay back and defend.
He's not going to bribe that. He's trying to bribe. This is going to be the death of the senator.
Yeah, no, he's running away. And smartly so too. There's no way he would be able to get a bribe off before those heavy cabs would target him down.
Well, Jatton's got a nice looking army now, so this has got to be... Well, it's not that big.
Yeah, it's not too bad though. And I mean, Dave being really annoying with this elephant trying to target that caravan on the right-hand side.
Yeah, I see.
And they both have diamonds here. So there's 2 diamonds on the map. Oh, and that's very important. So nice raid there by Momo. He took out the diamonds at the bottom. for EL. So that's really going to hurt the wealth income for EL here.
Yeah, I didn't see that. It's nice.
He must have just known that there was a corner rare that hadn't been scouted yet. Oh, look at this. Prole is getting really aggressive. Nice incursion here with the Roman army. Forcing Boo to come back with all his units. Oh, sorry, Lube, that is. Lube and Boo. Does have to be careful, though. He may lose all of his units if he doesn't try and find an exit route. Oh, man, this elephant is getting his money's worth. 37 HP, and he gets another kill. That's really frustrating for Momo. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Momo and Proles are just going for this small city, and it's not anywhere close to being big. Targeting the Russian player, which is what Lube picked, and that city is going down. There is no way the city is going to survive this. And, yeah, first blood to SPQR.
Yeah, nice move. Excellent move.
Man, Momo's played that to perfection. I feel like that was well disguised too, because, I mean, that attack here was genius. Basically, Proles distracted and forced all of those units out of position, and then it allowed an opening there for this double army to just come in and crush. Whew, that elephant, man. Oh, nice tower. It's going to stop that raid. But yeah, I mean, for EL here, the real problem is they need to figure out a way to stop this momentum that SPQR have. And yeah, I can't help but think this is not good, man. Like, when you're Russians, Russians are... Their strong point is not like being in situations like this. Their strong point is like sitting back, you know, sniping supply wagons, playing with plenty of space around them. But now, if these guys capture Polotsk, they're right on the doorstep of Pskov. My Russian's not very good. And yeah, they'll be able to siege this down from a distance without having to worry about that. Lube is saying, you must win. No pressure, Dave. No pressure at all. You just got to beat Jatton. Push over. Let's see. The irony is, I would say Dave has slightly better rares than Jatton. Look at this, 2 towers as well. Excellent placement there by Dave, anticipating that Jatton was going to try and raid with these heavy calves. Yep, great play. And I think if you lube here, you need to... What do you do if you lube? I think spam a castle, spam those half-price spies, and just pray to Mother Mary that you can survive another 10 minutes. I think that's the only solution here.
Yeah. I once held Red Bull at bays with spies. Russian versus Aztec.
Did he rage quit or?
No, he said well played.
Oh, did he? Wow.
Well, you know, it's very... I don't often beat Red Bull, so it was...
No, Red Bull...
A bit surprised.
Red Bull's normally pretty good. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty well mannered too. He's not not generally too rage quitty, if that makes sense.
No, Red Bull. We've played each other. I don't know, Red Bull and I 300 times, I suppose.
Yeah, wow. So this could be misleading. I mean, from the optics of what we can see, it looks like SPQR are crushing here, and they could be crushing if Lube's not careful.
I don't think so.
See,
no,
but the thing is, if you look at the eco of Momo, his eco is weak. He's going for a really aggressive despot. Oh, and that castle is nearly going up. And he needs to target it. Don't let that castle finish. Oh no, they're bringing militia. Oh, they're going for it. Oh, that's a big blow to Lube. It would have been nice for him to get that castle. It will go up though. He's not attacking the castle. Oh no. That's a big blunder if he doesn't stop it. 98%. Oh no, he's converted to militia. He will finish it though. Castle does go up. But it's like that Wario meme. I've got my castle up, but at what cost? He looks back. He lost all of his units. But the important thing is he's given his teammates another opportunity to live another day. And he won't die just yet. But
can he get the tower up?
Yeah, this tower would help. Anything will help at this point. Oh, a bit of disunity in the team. Lube did say in the chat, why leave me?
Yeah, Boo, what's Boo doing?
That is true, yeah. Boo may have been a bit ambitious there to leave his ally when he knew that he just lost his city moments earlier.
Well, Dave is age 4 here. He hasn't got an army, but he's age 4.
True. And I mean, look at that from Jatton. Jatton does not have any scholars except for one, and he's bringing all of his militia. Jatton knows that he is tech poor, but he is asset rich right now. And his assets are these bad boys and bad girls right here. These militia. Look at them. They are fighting for Jatton's cause. They're going for Chennai to retake India. Oh no! Militia! The militia are burning! The militia are burning right now.
Yeah, he saw him coming. He researched attrition on the way in.
Oh man, this may see... Oh, he does capture the city there, so at least they stop burning. And that's a huge blow as well on... Oh, it's actually not as big of a blow as I thought. His eco is not too bad. Don't get me wrong. That's a huge win for Jatton. But Dave should be able to bounce back and retake this.
No, he can't hold that. He can't hold that city, surely.
No, I think. Oh, if he spams enough elephants, he should be able to retake this. Should being the key word. Meanwhile, Jatton's eco is actually not too bad. So where did all this militia come from, and how does he still have an eco? That's the thing I don't understand. Did he spam like 15 citizens in the background? Oh. Meanwhile, Lube is doing surprisingly a good job. Sorry, you go.
I can't believe Dave is not going to recapture his city here. I mean, it's just... He's researching Monarch. That'll help with the cheap Ellies. Trouble is, he's lost his fort, so he can't get a second armor upgrade.
That is true. So, I mean, yeah, that's certainly going to set him back a fair bit. He doesn't even have the first armor upgrade. Did you notice that? So Dave...
he hasn't got the first one either.
Yeah.
So Lube needs to start building spies, and lots of them. But he hasn't got one, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, he needs those half-price spies, man. That's the one thing Russians can bring to the table. And he does have some gold and metal, but it looks like his capital is under some serious threat right now.
Attack!
Not sure if he moved his cap there or if his cap was always there, but either way, his senate is not raised at the moment. Oh, Boo is getting a bit aggressive here. Does Boo need to attack? Oh, I don't know. I guess they need to attack at some point, but can they get a nice convex here on this army? Well, this looks pretty good for EL, actually. I like this engagement. I mean, I think SPQR have the numbers advantage, so SPQR, in an equal battle, they should win, but this is a pretty good fight for EL to take. And they have to take a fight at some point, so why not take it now?
Yeah, no, we've played really well.
Yeah.
Pro Lays and Momo have played well.
Yeah, definitely.
Dave has recaptured his city. Dave's recaptured his city, but...
Yeah.
You know...
Yeah, there's... And I mean, Dave from here, his eco's pretty unhurt. Like, it hasn't been hurt too much. And I feel like Dave should have a leg up here. But at the same time, Jatton's not on his knees or anything. He's still, you know, fairly much in equilibrium with Dave. Whereas, yeah, this is a scrap fight here. But just sheer numbers dictate that Proles and Momo should be able to capture this.
Yep.
I mean, Lube's eco is pretty much non-existent right now. And you don't need to ask why. It's because he's been assaulted and lost, pretty much every citizen he has. Just trying to buy time. But having said that, sometimes you just need to buy some time for your allies. That's all you need to do. And as we can see at the top left here, that might be all Dave needs. Just Lube needs to survive another 5-10 minutes. Boo just needs to bunker down.
I'm really surprised they held that out. It might have been attrition help there, the Russian attrition. I'm really surprised they lasted. They survived. If you get some food, you can age the gunpowder.
Yeah, it's not over till it's over. I mean, Momo's economy has always been pretty light on. He's just been investing all of his resources into building a big army, going to the jugular. And the other thing too is that Boo has a really solid wealth income. And he just got gunpowder himself, so now it goes 2 gunpowders and medieval versus 2 gunpowders and medieval. So relative parity here. But yeah, let's be real. I mean, the score is actually
now.
EL actually has the score advantage here. So Dave is well ahead of Shatton. Are we seeing perhaps one of the biggest comebacks we've seen this entire tournament?
Well, I felt like an idiot there for calling that game at 5 minutes and 30 seconds on that first early Ellie raid. But
your prediction's coming true?
Well, it's Indians with diamond.
Yeah, it's Indians with diamond, but I mean, having said that, if EL somehow holds on this side, you have to say that and Dave goes on to win, on one hand you say Dave kind of won them the game, but on the other hand you say Lube won them the game because he never gave up and he put his heart and soul and every last citizen into holding his capital or holding this city, and basically that can be the difference between his team potentially going to the grand finals or not. So wow.
And he did it he didn't even need a spirit bomb.
Yeah, he was trying to do a Russian spirit bomb. They're just not quite as strong as the Roman spirit bomb. But yeah, you're right. He didn't even need it. And Dave doesn't even need armor. He is quite content to sit on +2. He hasn't got a castle, so obviously he's spending every last bit of metal he has on units instead of on building a castle. But I mean, he doesn't even really need one because Jatton does have the first armor upgrade. But Jatton's in trouble here. Yeah, does he have an army? Oh no, he's going behind. Oh, look at this. So Jatton is going for the sneak attack behind, but potentially going for the capital, and this might be turning into a base trade. I actually don't mind this though. I feel like he would...
He's not going to get a cap. There's a fort there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and he doesn't have many units. He's only got 3 crossbows and 2 heavy cabs. That's a very, very small army to capture any kind of city.
I think look, Lube has hung on. You're dead right. In some sense, he's won this game by surviving. I don't know how the hell he's survived, frankly.
Man, this has been incredible. Yeah, like playing as Russians, we all thought he was crazy for picking them. And in fairness, they did get crushed by that first attack. But any other nation probably... He didn't even need to spam spies either. That's the crazy thing.
No, he's a very unorthodox Russian player.
Yeah. He does finally have some spies now. He's got 3 spies
He's got 3 spies. 3 spies a minute. You wouldn't say that's a lot, but...
No.
These Ellies are starting to build on the other side of the map now. Dave's Ellies.
Oh man, I think Jatton's starting to think it's GG for his team, but he's probably saying to his teammates, you guys have got to just... Come on, just...
Gotta win.
Crush, yeah. I feel like that engagement that EL took before was a really good one because they didn't have the army. There's no doubt about that.
I don't know how I mean, Boo has obviously poured in heaps of units into this thing. I don't know how he's hung on.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to give every single player on EL's team credit here because obviously Boo was a large part of the reason why the game is still going right now, because he was able to basically hold 2 armies there with the help of Lube, just like scrambling.
He just sniped a siege there. 40, what are you up to? What are you, 2704, are you? 2104.
2225.
I kill fast, Dave is saying.
Oh, look at this. So, sneak attack here on Boo's capital, but I don't think he's going to be able to capture it. No, too close. Iroquois is too fast. And, but it will leave the Russian capital exposed here, and that one can't be moved either. It's not raised.
He didn't need to pull his whole army back.
Hold on.
Ouch.
Yeah, strap yourselves in, guys. This is about to get real, because I think we're about to see a base trade.
He didn't need to pull his whole army back, Boo. What are you doing?
Oh, the capital. Oh, the capital does not go down. Sorry, no, that wasn't his capital. Oh, so Jatton moves his capital behind. So nice move there by Jatton. Nice and protected. He won't die anytime soon. Yeah,
No, but Boo has run back his whole army. He didn't need to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And look at this.
Russian capital's gone.
Oh my god. Yeah, Russians are gone, and there is. Oh no, he does retake his cap though. So I mean, I was about to say this is
Nah, they've what?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with a 5-minute prediction here.
No, I think EL are definitely the favourite still, but this is a very dynamic game, and it could change at the turn of a hat. I mean, if they capture Boo's capital here, which they should... Oh, where's the HP? Right-click on it. Right-click on it. Right-click on it. Oh, he does capture it. Okay, so there's a cap sack there.
Oh, my...
And they have a double army here. But, I mean, look at Boo. He's got a quantified shitload of militia. And but those militia are going to get crushed by these gunpowder units. Boo's taking the engagement, and he kind of has to, but he should probably fall back and wait for Luke to arrive first. They're kind of fighting one army at a time here, when they should be fighting both at the same time. They kind of
I've never seen a game like it in the history of Ron.
In the history of Ron. And that's a long history, going back to 2003. It's more than,
This game will be remembered. Show Jatton army. Jatton doesn't have an army.
Oh, Jatton army. Yeah, Jatton's... Oh, he does actually have a couple of units. Where are they? They're just a ragtag bunch of nomads wandering around. Look at this. So, yep. Sorry, you go?
No.
Oh.
I mean,
oh man,
it was a brave attempt. A brave attempt. I'm giving man of the match to Lube here. I think your call was right. How the hell did he survive?
Oh man, I must admit, like, I was probably being optimistic when I said he just has to try and stay in there and give it a good shot. But I genuinely thought...
Not only has he survived, he saved the pocket player's cap. It's not often you lose a city on the front line, you doubled all game, and then you got to run back to save your pocket player's cap. I mean, there you have it. You'll never see anything like it.
Man, that was some epic scrambling. Every single thing he did. Like literally, if he had lost his cap, it's probably GG to SPQR, and Dave and Boo probably call it within 5 minutes, I'd say. Although look at this, Momo is fighting back now against Dave's army. Dave hasn't really encountered any strong resistance since he kind of got the upper hand on Jatton a while back. So Jatton's army consists of 3 Stratiotai. That's 4, sorry. There's probably more around the map too. He's doing his best. But yeah, that Indian army, man, it's we've seen this as a recurring theme. Both players who went Indians have gone on to crush their opponents in gunpowder.
Yes, you're correct.
So I think if anyone's watching this, what's the strategy to defeat Indians? I don't know. But I think you've got to rush them in age 3, or just, try and figure out a way to raid them into submission maybe. Oh man, Dave is dominating right now. Look at his eco. Look at his eco. He doesn't even have any wonders. Did we get any wonders built in this game? I don't think anyone's had time. It's been a pretty chaotic game.
It's GG. GG.
Certainly looks like GG.
I'll give in the man of the match to Lube. Lube's defense, rescuing his pocket player's cap. He's done it all.
He has indeed.
I need.
No one. Sorry.
You can say Dave won the game, you know, with his Ellies you know, and taking out Jaffin. You can say he won the game, which is true. But gee, I mean, the fact that Blue survived gave time for Dave to win the game. So.
Oh, 100%, and I agree with that. Yeah, I think all three players. This is a great, one of the great team efforts from EL here. One of the great team efforts. That's
he keeps sniping. He's sniping Siege. He runs out of his light cav and snipes Siege.
With the Russian player.
Yeah. He keeps sniping him. It's a good play.
Yeah, that's it, and it's incredibly frustrating, but it's a really good move.
Well, what's this? This is going to make it 2-1. My goodness.
Yeah, it will. So that'll mean EL will take a 2-1 lead over
the
SPQR.
reigning champs. The reigning champs are winning.
But like, the crazy thing is, I mean, the reigning champs winning is not a surprise. The surprise is that they were able to win after being in such a dire position that they were in earlier. I mean, there were two fights where I thought it was over. The first one was on that city of Pskov, and the second one was on Moscow. And both times, I'm sure if we went back and looked at it, the unit count for SPQR was like at least 1.5 times. At least 1.5 times, not including militia. So militia would have equaled that a bit, but yeah, I don't know how they did it, man. It was just some crazy scrambling. Some good comments there from Mentalist in the chat. Some nice insights.
Why on earth doesn't Dave just take that red city, Jatton's city up the front, Corinth?
Yeah, that's true. Man, I feel like this game is beyond any potential point of redemption. Should we fast forward it, or do you want to play it out at normal speed?
I fast forward it a bit.
All right, we'll just go. Yeah, I think we're gonna. It's only gonna go in one direction here. I mean, before we probably could have thought it was close before, like when Russians were getting attacked, but
they called it a good game.
At this point, it's GG. Yeah. All right, I'll just fast forward it a bit. There we go. GGs get thrown out, and there's the resignations from SPQR. So there it is. Oh, and Boo even says in the chat, "Sorry, Lube, good job." Feeling a bit guilty. Oh, I don't think Boo. Oh, look, maybe Boo made a bit of a blunder in leaving Lube to fight for himself there, but at the same time, Boo redeemed himself well and truly by basically single-handedly defending well enough to allow Lube back into the game. So, wow, that was a incredible game, and I like how it's always nice when you've got a player on your team where you can say to them, it's like, "Hey, I need you to win," and they're like, "Okay, I'll go ahead and win," and then Dave goes off and he just, destroys Jatton as Indians in gunpowder. Unfortunately, on the teams I've played on, normally we don't have a player where you can just tap them on the shoulder and go, "Hey, can you just go win?" But when you've got Dave on your team, that is one of the advantages of having him as a teammate. So, really well played by all three players on EL. And, I like that play as well by Prolays and Momo. I just feel like... unfortunately, their momentum just ran out. It was great tactics, great team play. It was just that classic, risk-taking to capture that city. And can they go all the way and crush the capital? And they couldn't. And that's where it all went wrong from there. Do you have any thoughts, Roachy, on anything else we haven't covered off?
Yeah, look, it's the one piece of abuse I hate, in the game of Ron when your teammates getting taken down and you go that they're being doubled, and they say, "Where is your army?" You know, it's the one question I dread. Where is your army? And you know you don't have an army. You know, you're trying to find your scout or your despot, you know, and you have nothing else, or you have, you know, one light cav. Where is your army? And certainly Boo in that game, he was throwing his army into it. His army was the bigger part of the defense for most of that time, defending Blue there, defending the Russians. So
Yeah, no, 100%.
Boo had a good answer to the question, "Where is your army?" Except when he ran off briefly, but he did.
Yeah,
No, good win.
100%. So that is officially the scoreboard. Will now read 2 games to EL, 1 game to SPQR. This is a best of 7, and because it's a best of 7, in the interests of, you know, caster health and safety, and also for our viewer health and safety, we're going to split this cast. Excuse me. We're going to split this cast over 2 sessions. So we will regretfully call it a night, or call it a morning, or a day, wherever you are in the world, for now. And we're going to leave it at 3 games. So there still is potentially another 4 games to be played, depending on how many games it takes to win. So obviously, if SPQR win the next 3, they'll win the series 4 games to 1. If EL win the next 3, win the next 2, then they'll win 4 games to 1. So we don't know how many it will be, but we're going to cast that tomorrow. Does that sound okay for you, Roachy?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, we'll schedule the cast for part 2 on YouTube. So if you're curious what time it is, just type in Rise of Patience into the search on YouTube at any time between now and then, and you'll be able to see it. It'll come up as the first thing on the screen. And basically we should be able to go from there. And just make sure you tune in for that. Or if you don't catch it live, just come back and watch the video once it's uploaded after the fact. So, mate, that's about it for now. So, guys, thanks heaps for tuning in. It's a really, really good series so far. 2 games to EL, 1 game to SPQR, and I have a feeling that we are going to see plenty of more crazy action in the remaining games. Roachy, any last words you want to say before we pause for tonight?
Defending champs 2-1 up in the best of 7. Says it all.
That's it.
I thought SPQR would win. I thought it was my big prediction at the start, but the defending champs 2-1 up.
That's it. The defending champs indeed are 2 games up, and that is why they are the defending champs, because they know how to win even when their backs are up against the wall. Just like Lube's back was well and truly up against the wall then. He somehow pulled it out with the help of his mate Boo, who was trying to redeem himself after leaving him hanging. So, no, that was epic game. And guys, just again, reminder, if you want to see the remaining games of this series, stay tuned. We'll be casting it at a similar time, most likely tomorrow. And search YouTube for Rise of Patience in the search bar, and you'll be able to see what time that is. It's been a blast casting with you, Roachy, and let's cast the remaining games tomorrow.
Will do.
All right.
It was fun, Kron. Good work.
It was fun. All right. Thanks, Roachy. I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Bye.